So unfortunately, my printer is on the fritz right now. For whatever reason, the printer will turn on, but the Creality logo itself doesn't display. So I figured while I'm busy troubleshooting that, I want to teach you guys how to source your 3D prints. And it's very simple, very straightforward. In fact, you've probably already been doing it. But I wanted to give you a bit of helpful advice and tips that I found that have helped me out along the way. I'm Zach. You're watching Prince of Geeks. Stick around. Now, you may be thinking, wow, Amazon's so original. And you're right, maybe it's not the most original thing, but it does give you a ton of great information about the prints that you need. So there's a couple of things you do. One, you're going to have to look up your 3D printer. Now, you could just go ahead and type in 3D printer, hit enter, and it'll give you everything, which is great. But it does help if you know the kind of printer you're looking for. For example, I want a fast 3D printer. So I would actually go up here and type in fast. Go ahead and get that. We'll get a bunch of other options. Now, one that I keep seeing is the Anycubic 3D Cobra 2. It says 6 times faster speed, auto leveling, pre-installed. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at this guy? I have heard really good things about it. So it looks like this print speed is up to... So they're saying that the print speed is a recommended speed of 150 millimeters per second, which realistically translates to the fact that it probably will print at about 250 millimeters a second, but I'm estimating that and I'm assuming that. Let me take a look at this for a second here. And in fact, I'm glad I looked because I was wrong. It's actually a 300 millimeter a second maximum print speed. But they do recommend 150 millimeters a second. And here's the really, really important part. Understand that when they say 300, 500, whatever it is millimeters a second, that's the maximum speed that it can print properly at all, that you'll get like some semblance of a good print. However, the reason why they'll recommend 150 millimeters a second of the 300 is because at 150 millimeters a second, you're still going to get really, really good quality prints, especially if the actual image itself or if the model itself is more complex. Like if there's more twists and turns, the print speed is recommended at 150 millimeters a second, which frankly is still really good compared to a few years ago where the best you could get was maybe 120 max. So we've actually come a long way in terms of the world of 3D printing. Now, one of the things I want to point out is that once you've actually purchased, or you're going to purchase, I should say, this printer, don't jump just yet. You want to look at the reviews because the truth is the reviews will show you fantastic things. Like if you look at the reviews that I found for the Anycubic, it's a 4.1 star out of 5. 66% of the reviews were positive, but there are a bunch of 1-star reviews. So take your time, take a look at these reviews, because the truth is the reviews that are negative there at the 1-star and the 2-star will tell you the issues that these individuals had. Now, they aren't all 1-star and 2-star reviews. The majority of them, in fact, over 50%, were 5-star reviews. This thing is a good printer, but like every other product, it can break and it can break down. Like my Creality behind me, it broke down. It stopped working. It had a huge amount of issues with it. Not a huge amount, I should say, but like the thing will turn on right now, but the screen won't go past like the loading blue screen. There's no Creality words that pop up. It doesn't carry on. So unfortunately, it does have some issues, and I'm looking into those issues. But I'm also taking the time to make sure that I know where to look for those issues. So just because it looks fantastic, don't rush right away. Do the research. These things are an investment, and it does take time to learn. So all that I ask is that you bear that in mind. And finally, don't be afraid to Google things. The amount of times Google has saved my butt when it comes to stuff like this is amazing. And the truth is it'll save you too, and it'll help you find the right information that you need. But all this video to say, I do hope you've learned something today. I hope you've learned what you're sourcing, what you're looking for, and how to look for it. If you like the video and you want to see more content, go ahead and hit the like and hit the follow button or the subscribe button. It does help the channel grow, and I will see you guys soon.